How to go to Hallstatt. I started my journey from Wien Hauptbahnhof, or often referred to as HBF. HBF is the central train station in Vienna. Basically, from here, you can get to anywhere in Austria. The name of the underground station here is Südtiroler Platz. You can buy the train tickets from the ticketing vending machine inside the train station, or from the OBB Tickets app. We bought ours from the website 3 months before we started our Austria tour. As seen here, ticket prices varies from the time slot you choose. The earlier it is, the more cheaper the ticket is. Some are even cheaper, as it involves changes of train midway through the journey. As the journey to Hallstatt is a long 3 hour 20 minutes, I wanted to be there early, so I have more time to play, as I only have a day for the attraction. So I booked the early train of 7:55 a.m. train. That cost me $45 per person. On the return trip, I booked the 6 p.m. train to return to HBF. That again cost me $45 per person. As can be seen here, my return trip is a direct train from Hallstatt to HBF. But the trip to Hallstatt involves changing of train at 9:59 a.m. And look carefully. I have only 9 minutes to get into the next train. Let's see how I manage that. To board the train, go to platforms 7 and 8. It has always been at this platform, never changed for years. The TV screen indicates the train number, its arrival time and platform. Many of the passengers are office workers, going to work in the various town. My train is RJ 544. The TV screen tells me it will come at 7:55 a.m., and how the cabins looks like, or which cabin should I go to. From the TV screen, we notice that some cabins are for family and babies, so we want to avoid disturbing them. The train arrives soon. Even though this is an early morning train, it is crowded. The seats are much more comfortable than what I had expected. Underneath the seats there are even power socket, so bring your power plug. The quietness of the moving train also surprised me. It's a sharp contrast to the noise you get when on a plane. The train is very steady, it doesn't shake much. I got a very comfortable nap throughout the journey. There are washroom in between cabins. The washroom is nice and clean. On the average of every 15 minutes, the train will stop at a station for 3 to 5 minutes for boarding and alighting. But we could not feel it, that shows how comfortable the ride is. The train got past many underground tunnels. Basically there is nothing much to see outside the window. Let's go take a look at the family zone cabin. The cabin is so much empty, there are so many vacant seats. I observed that the seat is the same as normal economy cabin. But the washroom here is much more fanciful. Great, nice and clean. Soon, at 9:55 a.m., we arrives at Nangpuchheim to change train. Remember I told you my journey requires me to change train? I am a bit nervous, as I am unsure of how big or how small the station is. And am I able to be at the next train in just 9 minutes? I guess most passengers are as nervous as me, as I see a huge crowd rushing towards the basement. Someone seems to know the way. But surprisingly, the walk to the next train is so much shorter than I had expected. To confirm I am on the right track, I check from the TV screen. My train is Rex 3412. Good thing is the station is very small, making it easier to go to the right place. In just 2 minutes after alighting, I was already in the next train. Here the seat is even more comfortable than the earlier train we boarded. I particularly love the color of the seat. I am now just 1.5 hours away from Hallstatt. Half an hour into the journey, the scenery outside the window starts to become an attraction. Passengers started to take pictures with their smartphone and camera through the window. We see beautiful mountain, lake, river, cows, sheep, and old cottages. It's getting interesting. Soon, the train arrived at Hallstatt at 11:31 a.m. The station is very simple and surprisingly small. This narrow path will lead us to the jetty for the ferry to Hallstatt. A narrow down slopes path leads us to the jetty for the ferry. The one-way ticket cost is €7 per person. Here I made a mistake. I was not aware that the ferry will leave without warning. I was busy taking pictures. When I wanted to board the ferry, the gate was closed for boarding. Guess what happened? I have to wait for another hour for the next ferry. I then realized that the ferry arrival schedule is being timed to the train arrival time. After picking up passengers for about 15 minutes, it would leave for Hallstatt. Having missed the ferry, now I have all the time to wander around. Look at how beautiful this place is. The graceful swan, the crystal clear water, and the October cooling sunshine. What a wonderful world it is. The next train has arrived, and the ferry has also arrived. It is getting more crowded. Time for boarding. The ferry tickets can only be paid in cash. We paid in euro. The ferry takes less than 10 minutes to reach Hallstatt, but the excitement it aroused is truly beyond imagination. The whole boat of people starts to get excited as soon as the ferry goes nearest to Hallstatt. Picture taking starts. And all are fighting for spaces. They are not to be blamed, as the scenery of Hallstatt is really that captivating. So now we know, Hallstatt can only be reached by train, and then by ferry. Welcome to Hallstatt. For the return trip, the ferry ticket can be bought at the ferry terminal, from this same boatman. Here is the ferry schedule. For the train tickets, it can be bought from the Hallstatt train station. There is a vending machine there, or you might want to book through the OBB app. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe and share my channel.